Good morning and welcome to the vlog, starting the day out right with a big fat bowl. Today we're going to meet up with Troy. It's going to be the last time we can meet up with Troy, and well, not the last time we can meet up with Troy. I don't think he's going to die. But the last time that we can meet up, at least for a while, with Parker from Vehicle Virgins. He has to go back home to Michigan, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is, it's a beautiful day. It's 70 degrees outside, believe it or not. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And what we're going to do is go to Chipotle for some lunch and hope to get some good reactions, because there should be a lot of foot traffic with the nice weather. So I'm running late, and let's skip right to there. I lied. We're not going to skip. I'm going to show you guys this hat real quick. These are the snapbacks that I had available at Motorama. Now, I didn't know how they would sell, so I only ordered 25, but they sold out in like an hour. And this is a really high quality flag that's, you know, stitched in here. And it's a really cool hat. So these will be up on my website very soon. Now we're gonna skip. Nope, I lied again. It's getting like JR Garage in here, but I just wanted you guys to hear this amazing idol. God, I love it.
It's like you guys have never seen cars before. I like the multi. Because when it, look at that car, guys. Different, wow. That took some special. That's freaking sweet. Come on, gotta get a picture of it.
That's a fucking looking paint job. Yeah, that's a wrap.
Oh, look, there's a GoPro on the car.
Sweet, yeah.
There's a what?
It's a limb. I'm not able to do yet, I promise.
Oh my god. Alright, bye John.
See you, bro. That paint job is ready.
What if you ever seen a real one? Let's look at the front.
It's Corvette. That's Lamborghini.
So, my suggestion would be, let's focus on your release and then the
Stand by the Lamborghini. I'll take a picture. You can send it to Riley. So here's my new car.
No, wait. I'm just going to take a picture of
I think it's one of the few cars that goes up in value every time. Oh, yeah? Yeah. I think, what's his toes has one up. Famous boxer. Mayweather. He owns like two of them. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I keep on losing my cars.
Oh, yeah.
Got on Chipotle.
There aren't any Ferraris
What?
here.
That's a race car.
Well, yeah, that's a Corvette right there.
I could see you driving.
Lily, do you want to be in a video? Okay, then walk this way with your cool sunglasses on.
That's lovely.
pay that $30, I don't care. He said, I can pay it. Give it to him.
Alright, so as you can see, we are done with the Chipotle reactions. Hold on, let me put the window up. But yeah, there's a lot of reaction videos when it comes to supercars and whatnot on YouTube, but I'm guessing that you haven't seen a reaction video quite like that. It was, well, it was something. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, I did go down to the city afterwards to get a haircut, as you can probably tell, and I did get some reactions there. Nothing really good. I was only in there for like 20 minutes, and you know, I did get a parking ticket, which was kind of funny, which I paid right afterwards. I thought it was funny what that guy was saying. He's like, he doesn't care about the ticket, which had I seen it, was I paying attention, I probably would have moved the car. But anyway, now we're going to finish up the video with a little Q&A. As always, if you would like to participate in the next Q&A, or you just want to follow me on Instagram, I just hit 100K, by the way, so if you want to follow, and I guess the next... What's the next big milestone after that? Like 250K, $250,000. If you want to help me out with that, I'll put the name on the screen. Of course, it is StreetSpeed717, exactly the same as my YouTube channel. I post a picture and then I tell people, you know, ask your questions below. It's been a while since I've done a Q&A, so we have quite a few here, over 2,000, and I just posted this a little over an hour and a half ago. So let's start at the beginning. Rob Gunsmith, stock colorway. I don't know what that means. I really don't. Kid Vic, when are you putting the wheels on? As soon as they arrive at my house. They are not here yet. Grant LA Place, do you work out? If so, make a video. I do work out, and I have included it in some vlogs in the past, along with the one that I made with MVT Jake from Muscle vs. Tuner. But since this is mostly a car channel, I'm guessing that a lot of people don't really want to see the workout stuff. But I may, you know, put it in vlogs like I've done in the past from time to time. Hall 4577, if you could have any other car, what would it be? The way I'm reading this question is, if Corvettes didn't exist, what would I have? Whereas, oh, I guess he just says if you could have any other car. Honestly, this is what I love. I could buy a lot of other things. I mean, I could buy a Viper, I could buy a McLaren, I could buy, probably at this point, a Ford Huracan, a new one. You know, I could buy a lot of things, but I choose to have the Corvette. I mean, not only is it cheaper, but I love it. I mean, I'm a fanboy of the Corvettes. Everybody knows that, and I really wouldn't want anything else. The only thing I might do is get another car. Like, don't get me wrong, I love McLarens. That's probably going to be my next purchase, but I'm going to keep this as well. I would not sell this to buy my next car. Manuel Gayton, when are you wrapping the truck? This was a big question at Motorama, and I really have no idea, and I don't know what it's going to be at all. McCarson, fender flares on the Duramax, I'm not sure yet. They are currently sitting over in the box here in the garage, here in my garage. Samuel _ wrote, are you white? Kyle Wright, do you have any siblings? Yes, I have 2 brothers and a sister. Pain in the neck, what do you recommend bumper wise? I love the road armors that I have, and I'm not, you know, I post about them a lot on Instagram. I paid full price for them. I'm not sponsored by them, but I really, you know, I searched around for a long time before deciding on the road. I keep looking up there because that's where the truck is parked. But, you know, I looked around for a long time, and I really like the road armor quality, the way it looks, just everything about it. I love it. I would definitely recommend that company if you need truck bumpers. Deep Lifted South, are you going to Daytona? I'm probably not. That's a far drive for me. But I am going to be in Florida for Cletus and Cars, I think is the event, with Cletus McFarland, aka Garrett. You know, well, maybe he doesn't want people to know his real name, but fuck it, I'm exposing him. I'm going to be down there in April for that event, so I will be in Florida. We have a Harley. Probably gonna pass by. Yeah, that sounds great. Do you ever get another truck and keep the Duramax? Yes, that is the plan eventually, within a couple of years. Johnny Gold, what was your first car? That was a 1989 Silverado. Amadina 2 valve 99. What's your max bench? The most I ever benched was 305. I never hit 3 plates, which was always some 3 plates, which was something that I always felt bad about, but I'll get there at some point. I'm starting to get more back into working out more. I didn't quit for a while. I always went, but I was kind of slacking and just maintaining. Now I want to get look better than I ever did before, and I want to start competing again. So maybe I can hit 315 then. Squat, I never really maxed squat. I know it was in the 400 somewhere, but it wasn't something that I focused on. I'll be the first one to admit I was a vanity muscle guy. I just focused on arms and chest. Those were the 2 parts that I really tried to get the most out of. How long does it take to edit a video, and how hard is it to blog? It varies. You know, for these 20-minute videos, it takes me about 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how complicated the video is, how much I have to edit, of course. It's not really hard to vlog. I love it. The hardest part is the editing. I love filming. You know, I wake up every day, turn the camera on, and just go about my day, which is great. But the editing can take a long time. That's for an average video. You're talking 7 or 8 hours, but it can go a lot longer. I've edited before 12 hours and up, especially if the program crashes, or I've done entire videos before and then I don't like it, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I have to start all over because it's not lining up the way I wanted it to, and there's really nothing I can salvage, so I have to start over. And I've done that, and I think it's pretty clear on my channel that I really do value quality over quantity, and that's why it does take me so long to edit sometimes. Eddie Lewis, did you finance the Corvette? Yes, I did. There's a video on that. I'll put it in the description. Are you going to any other car shows that are out of state other than Pennsylvania? I plan on it this season. I try to stay nearby because I like to well, it's hard for me to travel. I have 2 dogs. You know, I'm not like some people who can just drop everything and leave. I do kind of have a life here that I have to be responsible for. But I also try to stay in the area because, you know, traveling is hard to try to film and vlog at the same time and edit and all that stuff. And you know, I'm kind of a homebody. I like to stay where I'm at. Can you yell "fuck you, Andy"? I'm not going to yell. There's children outside, but you know, always "fuck you, Andy." But Andy's such a lovely guy. I know that you guys, many of you met him at Motorama over the weekend, and people were coming up to me and saying, like, you know, Andy's such a cool guy in person. Yeah, he is. Exactly. That's what's cool about this group. You know, when you see Andy in person or Nick or anybody else, you know, we're exactly the same in person as we are in video, and I really value that, and that's why Andy's such a great friend. Vandler Gaming, what editing software do you use? I use GoPro Studio. When you SAS the Duramax, when you SAS the Duramax, remember Wilfong. I have no idea what that means. Slick Camaro, would you rather have a 2017 ZL1 or a 17 Shelby GT350R? I would take the ZL1 simply because it runs rings around the 350R, and the Z28 isn't even out yet. The 350R was, you know, great. It's still a cool car. It's rare. I like the carbon fiber wheels. I mean, who fucking does that? That's awesome. But really, at this point, it's already outclassed, and it just is. I know people are going to think, oh, you're just a Chevy fanboy. Like, the track times speak for themselves. Favorite thing about the Duramax, just the way it looks. I love the cat eye body style, the NBS body style, and you know what I've done with it. I mean, of course, I like it. It's my truck. What am I going to say? But I love the way it looks. David Tolman 1, do you have any tattoos? I do not. This is Dan LaCorza. Why don't you go to the gym anymore? We just talked about that. I do. I just don't put it in the videos as much, but maybe I should. I've seen quite a few questions on that here. Sound system for the truck or a car. A lot of people ask about this. I'm not a big stereo guy. Like, I don't listen to my music that loud, so I don't need subs or anything. Even though the stock stereo in the Duramax is really shitty, like the speakers, it's fine for me. I honestly never sit there and think, wow, I really wish I had more bass or something like that. Oh, here's a good one. Kawartha_Kev, what's the fastest you've had the Corvette and Duramax in Mexico? Well, the Duramax, I think I hit at the drag strip like 114 or something like that, so it's not fast. But the Corvette, I recently beat my record, and you may have seen this video very, you know, recently on the channel. I recently hit 187 in the Corvette, and let me tell you, this thing was still pulling. Well, I didn't do it, someone else was driving, even though it was in Mexico, but this thing was pulling hard at that point. So I think we can get well into the 200s. Not well, I think we can get into the 200s pretty easily in this thing. This is from ns.unique.wheels. What is the #1 tip you could give someone who wants to start a car-based YouTube channel? I have recently started one and have had a hard time getting started. And You know, like I just said, definitely don't get into it for the money. It's easy to look at a big successful channel, and it's easy to forget that it probably took them a very long time to get there. And, you know, do it because you love it, and don't sweat the details. You know, people ask me all the time, like, well, I don't know what to make a video about, or like, well, how do you get content? You know, don't worry about it. I just film. I don't necessarily know ahead of time what I'm going to film, but I just start doing it, and I do things in the video that I think are fun and that I want to do. I don't necessarily think, you know, what is this going to get views, or how do I, you know, don't focus on trying to make like a big viral video every single time you upload. And also, don't make your first upload you know, if you're doing like an engine build on a car, you don't want your first video to be the biggest video, like putting the engine in the first startup. You know, you want that to be after you already have a little bit of a fan base. Don't blow your load all at once, right? And, you know, also don't worry about like the equipment. I get so many questions about like what camera setup do you use and what mic and all this and that. I've been using a GoPro, a single GoPro Hero 4 since day one, and I use GoPro Studio to edit. And it's not the best camera. It's not, and the editing software is not the best either, not even close. But it works for me, and as long as it works for me, and I mean, you can see what I've built with this one GoPro. You know, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what setup you use. You know, you don't have to be like every big vlogger, and you don't have to be like me either. You don't have to use a GoPro. You don't have to use a big camera setup that's worth $5,000. Just do what works for you. I think something else that's really important to talk about, and I'm going to end on this one. I could go on like all day about all the things you should do when you start a YouTube channel, but I think one of the most important things as well is to just be genuine. You know, be yourself. Don't try. I think so many people focus on trying to have this persona, this online persona, and this perceived image of who they have to be on camera. And I'm exactly the same, like I talked about earlier with Andy and everything. I'm exactly the same in person as I am on camera. This is just me. This is just my life, and this is what I film and I share with the world. You know, I'm sure many of the people who met me at Motorama can vouch for that fact. And if you're different in person than you are in video, I think people are going to pick up on that. People are gonna realize what's fake. You know, people with the internet, and if you do get big, millions of people are gonna see you. You're not gonna fool everybody, and not that that's necessarily a bad thing, like you're trying to maliciously mislead people to believe something that's not true, but people want to see a genuine personality. They can pick up on that, so that's really important. So I think that is going to do it for the Q&A. I see we're at about 15 minutes, so by the time I edit some things out, it's going to be about 10, which is right where I want to be time-wise, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you are stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.